Have you ever watched Castaway, the Tom Hanks movie where he plays Chuck Nolan?
Back off. What's up, Mike? What we're going to do is I'm going to start setting up some PlayStation 1 emulation. I need to have this chat on the screen somewhere. It's a fucking... Right. Okay. Right. So, there's this emulator that I've never used called PCSX Reloaded. So, we're going to see if we can get it to work and what it's like. Because Kieran can't get EPSXE to work on his computer properly. So, we're going to test out some different emulators just to see if they're any good. Now, obviously, I've got a PS1. I've got a PlayStation full size. So, as far as I'm concerned, I can download whatever I like. Because I've got them already. So we'll click download. I'll send Kieran the link to this. And then I'll click the downloaded file. Now obviously it opens this WinRAR and you get this file. So let's minimize this and put that on the desktop. And if I go like this, and go like this, you get this folder. Now, I want to on my other screen, I want to download some games. So we want to test. I'll test a couple that I want to test and a couple that Kieran wants to test, and then we'll see where we're at, right? How about that? So let's see. We'll go with So Spyro 2 would be called Gateway to Glimmer, is that correct? I don't believe that. Ripto's Rage, that's what we're looking for. Why is it called Gateway to Glimmer? Maybe it's in a certain country it's called that. Okay. Right, so I'm just downloading Spyro 2. And I would test I'll test Austin Powers Pinball because I've got this game and it's kind of interesting. We played Austin Powers Pinball before. And I thought it was amazing for a pinball game on the PlayStation 1, given the time. So, like, it was like 25 years ago nearly. And I thought that was pretty good. Obviously, I want to test also Metal Gear Solid 1. Yes. Right, so I have a new folder here on the desktop. And I'm going to call that games, right? And I'm going to put the bin and queue file in the everyone knows so far what we're doing, right? So some emulators would just be interested in the bin file. Some would want the Q file only, and it connects to the bin file, so it's not difficult. I just need to plug in the controller. We need to plug in the controller before we even start. Right, controller is plugged in. So we have the PCXR folder and then the games folder which I made. So we can open this and we get this little pop-up. So let's just not change anything except from define the controller, right? So configure first controller. So we want left, up, right, down, and then triangle, square, cross, circle, R1, R2, L1, L2, select, and start. Okay. And then all we're going to do is press OK. And then we get this one come up. And then we want to go File, Run CD. Run ISO is exactly the same. But CD is putting the actual game in your PC, right? So that's what happens when you run CD. We know this, right? So I run ISO. And we're on the desktop. And we're in games. And you see it shows both bin and Q, so it doesn't matter. So we'll just run Ripto's Rage. Now, it's going to go full screen, and that's fucking annoying. Because sometimes that'll kick off the stream. I don't know if it has. It has not, by the looks of it. So I can resize this somehow. Right, what we're going to do then is close it. And then I'm going to open it again and configure the video so that it's not going full screen, because I hate that. Graphics, windowed mode, and since I'm on a 4K screen, I can easily do 1920 by 1080. Okay. Now it should this time be 1080p. That's it, right? So we'll just play the game a little bit and see what we think. Now, I know it's very pixelated, so we can adjust that. So after this level, it crashes. Yeah. I'm just trying to turn it down a little bit because it's picking up in my microphone, which is fucking annoying. Right. So we need to finish this level then. The audio is a bit sketchy in this emulator. I know you probably can't hear properly because I have to turn it down slightly, but... Do you need all the crystals?
I'm a friend of Dolores, and she's asked me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress on this.
And you do not appear to have enough gems.
Shut up. You need 100 gems, okay. Yeah, the sound for me is a bit sketchy. I know I've turned it all the way down because so you can't hear, but the sound is kind of sketchy in this emulator. I don't know if I can get over there.
Would you like me to open the bridge? I won't even increase the...
So, Kieran, if you tell me when it's about to crash, then I'll know, yeah?
Try using triangle to look around this cave.
Is it through this portal to beat the level, Kieran? Right, let's see if it crashes. So another portal from this area. Let me move this over a bit so I can see. If I remember correctly, when you fire a sheep, its skin burns, but it doesn't die, right? I mean, like, its wool is gone. No? That's in a different game. Okay, whatever. Okay, Garen, what about entering Colossus? Does this not work? So it would have crashed by now, right? Okay. So if I press escape and then if I exit and then I load it up again, I just want to adjust the video settings because it's too pixelated for me to play that game. So what we want to do is put default settings nice, and change back to windowed. There doesn't seem to be too many options for graphics here. If I put the stretching, if I do, normally I like, we'll do 3x on this. So if I put 1920 by 1080, Kieran, I have no idea how that could possibly be crashing at that point. Maybe it's to do with the ROM you're using. Like, it shouldn't crash at that point. So, I've just adjusted the graphics. Let's see how it runs this time. That looks a bit sketchy. That's not coming out how you expect, is it? That's worse. Okay. Okay, we broke it. No dithering. And then if I just put here Super Sal Stretch, let's try that. That's the thing with like emulators, you can get the game to do stuff it wouldn't normally do. So like you can get glitches. This looks a bit better. But it also looks like yeah, I guess that's okay. Right, let's test out a different game. So, Kieran, did it crash on that point on your old PC as well, right? One thing I noticed with this emulator is that the sound is awful. Surely that can't be right, where it crashes at the same time for Kieran every time. Right. What? Let's see. I've got Crash Bandicoot in my storage. Let me try a different emulator. There must be an emulator where it doesn't crash, Kieran. This is a great emulator for beginners, apparently. Let's see, downloads. Version 170, 325 is the newest. Download that. And then we want a new folder. And we want to call that new folder Zebra. Right. And then we want to put in there these files. Yeah, we can try DuckStation as well. It's weird that it starts but it doesn't work properly. Let's have a look. So, so this contains several programs. This Q to CCD is going to adjust a Q file to make it compatible with this, which is really pointless because you just add support for that in the first place. You wouldn't need to do that. I'm just going to open the image straight away and see if it works. Power. Power 2. CD-ROM drive. That's not going to work. So I haven't had to do anything to get to this point. This one seems to be quite easy to use. Let's close that. Now, if I did controller, so we've got L2, L1, up, left, right, down, select, start, square, cross, circle. Okay. Yep. Now we've got a white screen of death. What the fuck? Ah, you have to do run power and then run disk. Okay. Run power, then run disk. Okay. So this one is quite easy to set up, Kieran, if you want to test out this one. While I test out a different game. Doo-doo-doo. It doesn't like you changing to a different CD, this emulator. You tried that one, it's the same result. This is the XEBRA. Are you able to do that first level in like 30 seconds, Kieran? You know a few hacks. I can't understand why it doesn't work properly on your computer. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe you just need to get a PS1 and then capture from there. Like, I could get hold of PS1s easily. So I can just send you one. I have 2 right now. For example. Right, this doesn't remember my controller. Yeah, it's not remembered. But I'll make sure that I save it this time. Right. It's not remembering my controller. Reset. Fuck off. This has... Why doesn't you remember my controller, you bastard? Right, let's try again. Right, this is the last time I'm trying this. Because you don't normally have to do this that many times. Aha! Now it's working. Right. The loading bar is so classic to PS1, right? Like, this game is actually quite expensive to buy. I've got it though.
Danger's my middle name.
That sucked. Like, it is kind of hard to keep up with what's going on in this game. Like, I'm not very good at all. It's like the ball is hard to see sometimes. I would say it's probably going to be the same no matter what emulator you're going to use. That's what I would say. That's what it seems like. But we don't know why it does that. Can you believe that monitor, Kieran, was £10 and it's worth 500? Can you actually believe that? That is crazy. We could do some like nut shots in Sniper Elite. That might be funny. Sniper Elite 4 though, not number 5. Have I even got number 4 installed? I do have number 4 installed. So I do have that installed. We did some Shadow of the Tomb Raider as well, but we did that on... Well, I've got number 5 and we didn't like it. So, number 4 is the only one I've got installed. Like, I played it for 5.4 hours, and I would say that's a fair test. And I thought it was shit. Like, just today, I actually... let me show you something. So, if I go here to eBay, and I go to selling... active. I actually listed some games on eBay today. One of which is Sniper Elite on PS1, right? So Xbox. So it is we need the original Xbox, so we need here. This is not the right one because these people are stupid. It's this game. So, as you see here, it's the very first Sniper Elite, and you see the price of this? That's quite expensive. And people are buying that, right? So if I put here this, and then I go to sold prices to show you that people are actually buying it for that sort of money, right? So here is bids at 605. And here is a buy it now for 14.75. That's quite interesting since I've got loads of Xbox games to sell, right? So, Kieran, what is the same every time? It's the same controller you're using. It's the same... Well, it's different graphics cards, because you said it was the same on your old PC. It has to be something that's making it crash, and we don't know what that is. Like, you have to be careful putting stuff up for bids, because they get a less price. Like here, 587, and yet literally the same day someone bought it for 14.99. triple the price. I'll tell you another game that's quite expensive, right? This game. BMX XXX. $17.99 there. Like, this dude's doing it for $34.95. Is he on drugs? Why would anyone buy it for that much? I don't know if you guys know what this game is, but basically, around the PlayStation 1 era, they had a game called Dave Mirra BMX. Right? There was Dave Mirra BMX 1 and 2 and 3. Dave Mirra BMX 4 is this game, but Dave Mirra said, because there's loads of pole dancers in the game, where you can see boobs, they did not want to put Dave Mirra's name on the game. So they just call it BMX XXX instead. And this game is also not allowed to be streamed on like Twitch, it's banned, right? So if I show you Twitch banned games, BMX XXX is banned. But the funny thing is, I have this. Like here, this guy's 25, 29. It's probably... You might think that that's strange, right? But at this auction that I go to, nearly every week, they have a stack of porno magazines, right? Like 18 or 20 magazines. They normally sell for 40 or 50 pounds, £2 each. They sell it every single week. And they probably sell on eBay as well, right? So if I put in here vintage adult magazines, for example, one copy here will be buy it now 10. If I even put like sold, now they've put like, luckily for us, they've put on here white pieces of paper. These are super old, these ones. But you see how it's a lot of money? Now, why would someone do that when you can watch porn whenever you want on your phone, right? However, people do buy these on a regular basis. As you see. Which is quite interesting. Maybe I'll get a stack of them in the future. Should we see what Mumsy says? Hey, Mum. Should we buy a pack of them porno mags one time for the lows? They actually sell quite expensive on eBay, each one. I reckon we should try it. My mum says that she'll be embarrassed. So I'll just watch the stuff getting loaded up into the van. They load the van for you. It's fucking crazy. Maybe not every place will load the van for me, but... I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you exactly what I mean, right? If I go here, and I go previous auctions, and I go here... No, look. This is the auction that I go to, right? So if I scroll down, look, adult magazines, that many, without being able to see boobs, it went for 25, yeah? Yeah, each one is nearly £10 on eBay. There's so much profit there. And then there's another pack of adult magazines there, and that went for 25. And then there's another pack here that went for 35, and there's a pack here that went for 25. In the first 8 lots, there was 4 packs of pornos. And like, if I scroll down, I'll show you what I actually bid on, right? There's so many things that I can buy to make money, right? So like, here, these Wii games, I picked up these. Now, the bad thing is that when I looked at this, it's got Mario Kart Wii. That's the only one that the game wasn't in the box. So I lost some money on that one. And then the next one was these PS2 games. And you can see here, Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. Both of them are worth 12 each. Sonic Heroes is there, Sonic Mega Collection Plus, they're worth big money. So I paid 20 for everything. So that's easily, I calculated all them PS2 games, it's well over 100 quid to resell them, right? And then we picked up these DS games here. The next lot. And then I also picked up, I didn't get these PS3 games because I thought that the games were pretty shitty. Like FIFA, like Batman, all of these games are super cheap these days. No one wants them, right? But I did pick up, I didn't get the Xbox One games. Like, these sort of figures here, by getting a few of these, I could resell those. That sold for 19 for all of those. I want to show you a different auction that I won. If I search, then it will be quicker. So, if I go like this, and I put bookcase. This wooden bookcase is in my storage. You saw it today, right? This cost me 8. That was a good deal. I also got monitor, Dell. I got this, and Kieran, this is what I'm talking about, right? You see this? This here is Core i3, yeah? I got this PC all-in-one touchscreen for £10. And it's worth like 500. Hacks, right? Let's see. I got this, and that's where the Sonic and the Secret Rings came from. This is the black Wii that I've got. One thing it doesn't have is this 4-port controller thing. I don't know why. And it didn't contain these wheels either. So we got kind of scammed because we only got half of the stuff. That was weird, wasn't it? But this other plasticky shit, we never got those. I don't know why. And I didn't get that boxed controller either. In fact, I'm wondering if I even got this at all. And I got a different one. Let me search for the word Wii, right? So if I go back. So I think there was 2. Ah, this is the one that I won. My mistake. This is the correct one that I won. So I got all of this for 32. This black Wii, right? And these controllers. This one here has Motion Plus inside. And these jackets had a motion control inside as well. If you buy, right? The motion control, where is it? Controller attachment. Where is it? Each one is worth like 10, this. And that's quite small. So I got 3 of those. And I got 3 of the sensor bars as well. And the black one, the black controller, and the black Wii all go together. So I can sell that as one system. Now I know why I didn't win the other one. Because these are not the same. But that one went for 32 and so did this. But I thought that this one was better because it had more controllers than that one. I was going to bid on them both. So, you might think, if I search up here and I put Mega Drive, this is some examples of Mega Drives that I could bid on in the next few days, apparently, right? So here is the original Mega CD, and down here is some Mega CD games. This one says Arcade Collection. I can just barely read there. It contains loads of magazines as well, which could be worth money. and it contains a limited edition Echo the Dolphin. So that's that one. And then if I go back, there's here a whole stack of Mega Drive games. So you've got Castle of Illusion, Micro Machine, Sonic, Home Alone, Super Hang-On, World of Illusion, Afterburner 2, Aquatic Games. This is James Pond 1. Global Gladiators, Olympic Gold, Sonic 2. I don't know what this is. Super Monaco, Chuck Rock, Micro Machines Military, World Cup 94, FIFA 97, Dragon. These are all upside down. Ms. Pac-Man, Streets of Rage 3, shut the fuck up. That one is like nearly 150, 200 if you can find it on eBay. You would just assume that it's not genuine, right? So if I put Streets of Rage 3 in here, is 100. Yeah. It's got Aladdin, it's got Worms, World Cup Italia 90. That looks like it's a Master System game. You got Micro Machines 2 there. I can't read that other one. Now that's a ton of games. And then you've got here, you've got a Saturn, a mini NES, Super TV Boy, Grandstand console, PS1, and a Sega Saturn. And bare wires, including, this is California Games for Mega Drive. Bare wires, right? Now, obviously, I can search for N64, and I can do any size. So I can see here Switches, DS's, and N64, but that controller looks nasty. Wouldn't you say that controller looks nasty? That is a nasty controller. There's a boxed Wii here for 10, roughly. More Switch, more Switch. You got a SNES here with Donkey Kong. That controller was fucking nasty. Here is an interesting one as well. This has Hogs of War, Driver 2, Metal Gear Solid, Spider-Man, Abe's Odyssey, Duke Nukem Land of the Babes, Driver, Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition on PlayStation 1, right? It has Adobe Photoshop and Premiere, but it has a Game Boy. So that's quite spicy, that one. You've got here a SNES Mini and a NES Mini. Here, that is quite a nice red N64 controller. And you've also got the gold Zelda controller. Interesting. I prefer stuff where you get loads of items, right? So here is two shitty Wii games, DS games, and you've got a Wii and some other parts, right? I don't think that would be worth bidding on. It's not. There's not enough items there to make it worthwhile, right? Now this one is much better. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Nintendo Wiis. You have a charger, and you have all the cables. So this is one that I would bid on, right? Do you see what I'm saying? And like testing them all, right? Here is a box of games. So this has Mario Galaxy 2, Wii Sports Resort, Super Fruitful, Just Dance 4 Special Edition, Twilight Princess. And then it goes on to have Harry Potter, Rayman Raving Rabbids. It's got some PS2 games. It's got Minecraft on Xbox 360. That's worth money. Street Fighter 4 Xbox 360. Micro Machines on PS2. Shut up! Vinny's making noise. You got Pirates of the Caribbean Lego, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 PS2, Time Crisis, Sonic Heroes PS2, Pro Skater 4 PS2, Wii Music, Wii Fit Plus. And there's a bunch of games there I would bid on there. And here's another box. Well, here's one with a bunch of DSs and PSPs. Now you have a quick zoom in. Lemmings 2 Tribes on the original Game Boy and Turtles. I guarantee you those two games are worth decent money. So we just move that over a little bit. So let's see. Lemmings 2 on Game Boy. So unboxed, that game is worth 12. And then Turtles, I can't see what the name of that is. I don't know if you can see. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's this one. Whoa. Unboxed, that game is $60. Look at that. So I would happily bid 60 on this auction before even calculating the price of anything else. Because that Game Boy game there is worth 60. Right? Do you see? Right? Now, some people might Google what some things are worth, but I don't believe that everyone does, because getting that monitor for 10 when it's worth 500, either those people are dumb shits or they just didn't see that. But there's another 2 Game Boy games under there, and there's at least another 1 under here, right? So you got 5 Game Boy games, and one is worth 12 and one is worth 60. Now that Game Boy is obviously very yellowed. But I could get some equipment to brighten it up back to white. That's definitely one to go for. Here is a original NES with a variety of games. Here's another Game Boy here with a bunch of games. And I can see here, you've got Dr. Mario, you've got Tetris, you've got Kirby. I don't know what the other game is. This one's Kirby as well. Like, that would be worth picking up. We'll go and get the other one in the morning. Did you hear that? I saw a Game Boy game worth 6.
Yeah. I've added some things on.
Right. Is my bottle of Coke just there? I think Ryan's sitting.
Ryan, pass the Coke.
Like, they've actually shown good pictures of this and each game, so that's quite helpful.
It's on the bed.
Thank you. So the idea, Kieran, is I would find an auction that has like 5 or 6 of these different consoles, and then we'll drive there. Because if there's only one, there's no point. Because if I don't win that one, it's a waste.
Well, basically, I'll drive there. Brad will be a passenger, just smoking and chilling out.
Yeah, I'm only allowed to smoke in the van. It's not allowed to smoke in Mum's car. Right.
That was a fake call.
The thing is, when I search this, guys, right, it only shows the stuff available in the next couple of days. And then it'll be different stuff. And it's different all the time.
Have
So
you told the guys?
No. So this one here, you can see, even my mum can see, that there is money there. And
I have for those 3 games. I have those. And that red one. I have all those. Actually, in real.
those are quite expensive. They've put an estimate of 50 quid. One of those is worth 50 quid. I'll tell you that now. We've got here another Nintendo, but there's not enough there.
An hour game.
Those ones don't have pictures because those people are stupid. Page 2. They don't have pictures either. Here we go. So Animal Crossing on 3DS, we would not drive somewhere just to buy one game. That would be pointless. So that's just typing in Nintendo, right? So if I put here Sony, and then view 96 results. Let's see. I should probably have written PlayStation, but here's a PlayStation 1 with bare games, including Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which is worth money. I can tell you that now. I know that. So if I put Mortal Kombat Trilogy, that is worth 20. Now, obviously, we can see that the box is smashed, right? Now, you would take one of these other games that's a little bit shitty and use that box. You'd just switch the boxes. So, Micro Machines V3 is a decent game. There is one PlayStation magazine there as well. And it looks like there's a controller in both sockets. So that one's decent. Now, there is 4 pictures, but they're just the same. Right. Let's go back.
Hey, Ricky.
Here is a boxed PS2. Anything that's boxed is worth double or triple what it is without having in a box. Hey Kieran, I sold Mike a game the other day, just the manual in the box without actually the game in it. But you can actually get the game for much cheaper. So he got the box cheap as well. So he got the full game for cheaper than he would have paid for everything. Right, there doesn't seem to be many PlayStations on here. If I put Sega, for example. So here's some Game Gear games, of which 6 are boxed, which is crazy because usually with Game Boy and Game Gear stuff, they are unboxed. And they show all of the games here, just in case you wondered. So that's pretty cool. Chess Master on the Game Gear, though. Weird. Here is a load of stuff. Now, the thing with this is that you've got the Master System and the box. You don't have a Master System controller. This is a Commodore tape player and 3 joysticks, and these are all Commodore games, but no Commodore system. So that's a bit of a sketchy one to go for, right? I would say that's sketchy. You have here as well, you have 2 Mega Drives, 2 Master Systems, and a collection of games. Obviously, that one in there, you can't read it because these people are stupid. So you have Taz on the Mega Drive, and the other ones are for all Master System. And it does seem that that game in there is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is quite cool. You got the Lion King as well, which I didn't see was there. The Lion King for Mega Drive. Now, there is also this thing, if you want to see, Kieran, if you're still there, is Price Guide. If you're clicking Price Guide, you can search for previous auctions and what they sold for, right? So you can see some hacks prices. So, if I put, like, for example, GameCube games. So, you give me an estimate, Kieran, of what this would cost, yeah? I'm going to show you the pictures. So, you've got Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, Metroid Prime. I would say that's a big game. worth money. Driven, I don't know. Star Wars Rebel Strike as a big game. Def Jam Vendetta, I don't know. Star Wars Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron, I think that's a big game. Star Fox, I think that's a big game. Resident Evil is a big game. Resident Evil 4, not so much as Resident Evil 1. Die Hard Vendetta, I don't know, and Crazy Taxi. I'm going to tell you that I think with these two original controllers, the GameCube would probably be worth like 60. The controller, like 15 each. And for those games, I would say 150, like retail. So anything under 200 is a bargain. Anything near 100 is nuts for this. That's what I would say. So if you want to tell me what you think, and then I'll price these games out just while you're doing that. Eternal Darkness is 30, so if I get a calculator. So 30 plus Metroid Prime is 20 plus Driven is 4. I didn't think that was very high. Rebel Strike is 12. Def Jam Vendetta is 15. Rogue Leader is 8. Star Fox is 15. Now, obviously, it needs to be less money than it comes to separately, right? Resident Evil is 10. And Resident Evil 4 is 18. Die Hard is 4. And Crazy Taxi is 12. So the games are 150, right? So it's not 159. If I put console, now you want to have the discounted, so it's going to be this one here. Unboxed is Indigo, and we need discounted, so it's 90 plus the system. So we're up to 240, because 150 plus 90 is 240, and then that will come with one controller. So we need to get, for the other one controller, the wheel is probably shit, right? So the controller is 28. Yeah. Yeah, my GameCube's black, the one that I've got. So 28, so it's 268 is my total value that I could resell, roughly, right? So how much do you think that this auction sold for? So if you tell me your amount, so you'll need it to be less than 268, right? Because I would say there's 268 there to make profit on, right? Provided all the games were in the boxes. I would say 100 or less is Uber Hacks. 150 is okay. More than 150 is Dan's Game. You reckon at least 120? It sold for 190. So that's pretty Dan's Game. So what I would have done with that is, because it was a high price, like over 100 that I knew, I would have priced it all out, and I would have bid up to like 150 max. And if I got outbid, I would be out, right? So that was less than the price that it's worth, but it's a bit close to the worth price, really. if I were to have to go to Sheffield to get it, right? So let's have a look at some other ones. Here is... This one here is quite interesting because you've got Mario Power Tennis, Mario Kart, Simpsons Road Rage, Mario Sunshine, Sonic Heroes, the Double Dash console, and 3 controllers. That went for 200. That's quite a lot. Some of these people know that GameCube stuff is valuable. Here is another one. Now this one is interesting because it's not entirely obvious that those GameCube games are there. I would say here, with the DS games, you do have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I'm not seeing Mario Kart, so I would count these games at £1 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 35, 36. So there's 36 games there. These ones at £4 each, so I'd say 20 for all of those. There's a few more there. So say 50 plus these 2 consoles, 75. If this went for 75 or less, that's crazy. 120. Yeah. That's a bit high. Check this one. This is even better, Kieran. You got Minecraft on 360. The Wii games are all Dan's game. Harry Potter on GameCube, that's worth money. Spyro on GameCube. The Sims on GameCube. And this top 3 games are probably nothing. All of that went for 12. So what you do is you keep an eye on these prices and the location. Because that must mean the people that are going to this particular auction in this particular location are stupid. So this is Bank Hall Auctions. Where is this? Lancashire. So let's have a search. How far is that from my house? That is quite far. That's closer to your house, Kieran. It's actually right in the middle. You see. Right, let's see. Here is a PS1 with bare games. This is crazy, this one, right? You got Tomb Raider, Gran Turismo, like Westlife. Who the hell would want that? You've got a PS2 there, it looks in bad condition. You got 3 PS1s, right? You got all the cables. You've got a few CDs here. And these are PS1 games as well. Maybe some are counterfeit. You've got Resident Evil and Resident Evil Director's Cut. Look at this. And a GameCube. All of this went for 70. That is crazy. That is stupidly crazy. This one here, they don't properly show what the GameCube games are. And I can tell you now that if that's FIFA on the GameCube, that's not worth anything. All of that went for £4. That's not surprising. Right. Here is the original Xbox in black GameCube. And these games, including Driven, Robot, Spider-Man, Lorax 2, Burnout, Medal of Honor, Cell Damage, Resident Evil 0, Harry Potter, Shrek. And what would you say that that's worth, Kieran? It's Shrek 2, that is. I don't believe that this controller is genuine. It might be. You would say $350 for all of that? How about $90? That is a good deal for that many GameCube games. And both systems. $90, that was pretty good, I reckon. So there's a big difference. So what about this, right? You've got a couple of DVDs in here. That's that one. You got Gran Turismo, Need for Speed Underground 1, Gran Turismo 4, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 is worth money. Resident Evil on the GameCube just slipped in the side there. And then you've got even more games down here, including Rayman and Die Hard Trilogy, and South Park Rally, and South Park Chef's Love Shack. So, here is bare games, right? I would say if this went for... Whoa! There's a whole row of GameCube games there, including Sonic Mega Collection. So, I would say... And these are original Xbox, including Need for Speed Underground 2. I would go in with $125 for everything on this. How much did it sell for? $220. Now, if we could actually find out what those GameCube games are. Luigi's Mansion, I know that's expensive. Zelda the Wind Waker, I know that's expensive. Resident Evil 2 and 3. Okay. Because they got Mario Galaxy 2 there as well, and Resident Evil 4. So, with that one, if I was actually serious about buying that, I would check every single game and price them all out, right? There's 137 games for $220. That's actually really good, I would say. Now, this one's interesting. You've got this grandstand system. You've got those GameCube games and the GameCube console, which is really dirty. But I don't believe you've got all the cables and the controller. It doesn't look like it. But it does have Mario Kart Double Dash. And Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. That had like 2 discs. It was like a remake of Ocarina of Time on the GameCube. Did you ever play that game? I did. Here is bare consoles. And all the cables, right? This everything you've got. Master System, Mega Drive, PS1, PS2, GameCube, and N64 and SNES, right? All of that went for $210. That's a pretty good deal, I would say. Holy shit. Like, look at this one. Like, you've got bare PS1 games over there, and bare N64 games. There's a Wii U as well. Bare stuff. Alright, Kieran sent me a video.
Right. I just tested a couple of overclocking stuff that's on the emulator. And you know what happened? It works.
You actually overclock it and it works. Here's another spicy box of games. Xenosaga Episode 2. These Skylander games for the 360 are pretty shit. Did you ever get into Skylanders, Kieran? It's got the Wind Waker on the GameCube and Resident Evil 0. Like, that box, if that box went for less than 50, I want to slap someone in the face. 220, okay. 220. Like, some of them are super... Like, check out this, right? Star Wars, The Sims and The Sims, Resident Evil, and the GameCube. £47 for everything, Kieran. That one is a fucking bargain. Do you agree that that one's a fucking bargain? I'm saying it's a fucking bargain. Like, the console is worth 90. So how can it possibly be 47? You get 6 games for free. So some of them are shitty prices, and some of them are fucking bargains. Like, here's another one, right? 2 controllers, all the cables. You've got a few disc-only games, and Star Wars. The whole lot went for 65. Ah, here's another one that's even more insane, right? Give me a price on this, Kieran, and you will be shocked. So you've got Mario Kart down here, disc only, Burnout, The Sims, Defender, Simpsons Hit and Run, Micro Machines. I don't know what the fuck that is. Agent Under Fire, FIFA, Spyro, Donkey Kong, Super Monkey Ball. I'm only interested in the box ones though. You got Mario Kart Double Dash, right? All of that went for £28. Mario Kart Double Dash is worth that on its own. So let's put here. Mario Kart Double Dash. The price is $35. Right? 28 for everything there. That's insane, that one. Isn't it hacks that I found this place, right? Because there is some bargains and there is some stupid prices. How about this, yeah? Everything here, yes, they're not really that good games. But there is a lot of them, and all of them went for 25. That's a pretty good deal as well. Like, they had this one next. And this. And this. And that. And that. And that. And that. Alright, that's it then. So I would try to bid on every single one of these after pricing them out, right? How about this? How about all of that? I want to go back to my search, you bastard. Right. This one's even more crazy, right? That's a lot of GameCube games. This went for over 900. I think they photographed each and every one. It had Mario Party 4 actually, and 5. This is super expensive. So that went for 950. And it does say all discs and complete with manuals. That's crazy. Also in that auction they had a PS1. All of these are double discs. How much did that sell for? 130? I think 130 is a really good price. PS2 with not really any games, $40. 100 PS2 games. That sold for 1,200.
Oh, Brad, no question. If you want a good emulator, you want a good-looking, smooth-looking emulator, DuckStation is the way to go.
So, overclock DuckStation is how to do, yeah? PSP Kingdom Hearts. I never knew that was on there. More PSP games. They went for 65. This is some Japanese game here as well. Parappa the Rapper, you must have heard of that game. There's bare PS1 games and bare Xbox games. So where is this place? Because these people have loads of games. So let's have a look. It's between Liverpool and Manchester. This is bi-monthly. What do they have this week? Let's have a look. Read before registering. So let's see if, like, they have Lego train set. Laptops. They have 4 pages, so it's not too many. Trains, trains, trains. Where's your video games, bro? If there's no video games, I ain't going. Too many trains. Ah, here we go. PS2 Slim. Atari 2600. Galaxy Invader 1000. PS3. A laptop. This is a gaming laptop, but they expect it to cost £70. That might be interesting. So, it's one of these. So if I search Google for that, what is it? Usually going... It's a Samsung, right? NP700. Is it this? It's similar to that. It's not that one. Are you seeing this, Kieran? One of Vinny's ears is broken. I wonder if that's normal. An ear which is floppy could be due to teething. See? Apparently, it's between 5 and 15 weeks and up to and including 8 months. Yeah. Like, he will not be broken one day, I reckon. They don't have many systems at this auction. Not really. Ugh. Right, Kieran, what game should we play? What do you reckon? So as you see, with auctions, you've got to get in there on the cheap ones and get out on the expensive ones. How to do. So simple. I'm just seeing if there was any, like, what, you want to see if there's any pinball machines on that site, right? I have searched for it before, but I didn't really find any. So, like, if I went here, price guide, and I put pinball. So, this here is like a kid's toy. This is not a real pinball machine, right? This here is super vintage. Here's another vintage one. Yeah, I'm just going to show you here for a second. This is normally the price for, like, place for video games, yeah? Although this one... This one is quite interesting, because this says the lower screen is not working. And that's only 80. That is crazy. I believe this is a proper pinball table. This is called Spring Break. This was probably expensive. I would suggest it's well over 1,000. $520. That's actually really cheap for a pinball table. So if I search that on eBay, and then I went to sold. Maybe there's not very many of that particular one. Like, the only systems, Kieran, I know where there's pinball games is the Mega Drive. And even, like, older systems. And the Amiga, right? I don't have the Amiga all installed right now, dude. So that's a pain in the butt. Like, ideally, if we could play something that's on Steam that I've already got, that would be really helpful. I can look at auctions all day. That's and that's a good thing, because if that's going to be what my job is to look at auctions and decide which ones to get, then to me that sounds like hacks. Like hacks. That does sound like hacks though, right? Like, there is some pinball on here that I don't normally play. So we could try one of those if you want. Like there's that shitty pinball. We've got Dream Pinball 3D. We could try this. I'll just install them all. We'll try each one, yeah? Worms Pinball won't work, I can tell you that now. There's no point in installing it. Worms Pinball works fine if you use the actual PS1 disc, which I have. It's fine, Kieran. As long as you can see the stream, that's the main thing. I'm just downloading all the pinball games. It won't take long. Like 5 minutes, probably. What? Kieran, you should do some buying and selling of games, you know. There's sometimes better auctions in Glasgow and Edinburgh, right? Make some hacks money on the side. Just find out what each game is worth. Do a bid, try and get it. And then resell what you get on eBay. Like, another way to look at it is, if there's like 10 or 15 games, there's a couple that you want for yourself, bid what you want to pay for those for yourself, you get the other games for free to resell. The only issue is that you got to do like packaging and then post them. I think it's a decent way to make money. I wonder if we can search as well for other pinball games that I don't have. Let's see. This game is adult only. I don't think we'll do that. I'm happy to test out that emulator, but I'll test it out on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 because I'm pretty good at that game. So I'll be able to tell you if that game is working properly on that emulator. Now, some emulators play some games better than others. So sometimes you need to use a certain emulator to play a certain game because it works the best on that one. But it is what it is. So let's have a search. Duck Station, right? We'll get the VC++, whatever. Oh, that's downloading bare slow, that is. Let's try this. Did you find it downloaded bare slow for you as well? Now, it's not that what I'm doing on Steam is using all my internet, because it's not. Downloading bare slow. Did you find that this shit downloaded super slow? Yeah. Like, let me check this. Ask manager. What is it? Why am I capped at 100? Is that even true? No, it's not because I'm streaming. It's that I might need to reset my internet. That's the thing. Because my internet is running at a lower speed than it should be. I just want to see if it's clocked lower. What the hell? The internet's 100 when it should be 1000 for some reason. I'm not sure why. It says here that it's 1000. Now this said failed network error. Because Steam is only downloading at 10 megabytes a second, and that's maxing out the download. I will restart the stream, Kieran, if you're going to come back. Because I need to restart my computer and restart the internet. Because I shouldn't do that. Because this will take ages at that speed. We can do 10 times faster, apparently. So give me like 10 minutes.